Hi, I'm Jamie Gibson. This is my Facebook Live 5.
Hello Jamie, welcome to Facebook Live. Your first appearance on Facebook Live, is it?
Yes, it is.
What have you got for us there, Jamie?
It's an old photo of me. Sorry.
Sorry.
Photo of me. I don't know, for my first couple of years in the league at London Irish, and looking pretty fresh-faced, youthful. A very different jersey, but yeah, it's where I started. Came through the academy there, and where I first played.
Does it feel like a long time ago now? I'm not saying you're old, but
I'm just 27. So,
yeah, so
yeah, that was what nine seasons ago. So yeah, it did, but yes and no. It's obviously been a lot of rugby over the last 5, 6, 7 years. But no, you still look back. Obviously, going down to London Irish, twice this year, and you've still got a lot of the same faces there. Coaching setup's changed a little bit, but a lot of the players I play with have now moved up, and that makes you both feel older and younger at the same time because you're still playing, but they've retired. But no, it was a good place to start. It was a great place to come through the academy there, and we had a very strong coaching setup, and a lot of the boys, I suppose, from my age group show that and have done well since then.
Nice. Picture number 2, please.
Picture number 2.
Can you see that?
You can. It's a photo of me. I think probably playing barbars. So my last couple of years at Irish, got into the South England 15 against the Barbarians. End of the years. Went on the couple of Saxon tours, and then toured Argentina with England. Toured South Africa with England. But no, as said, I suppose every English player, I suppose, dreams of playing for their country, and it's not the full thing, but not everybody gets a chance to wear that shirt and play at Twickenham in front of a big crowd against. Well, I remember my first Barbars game. The players are playing against you, some of the sort of greats of the game, and it's a massive thing to play against Barbarians, and a big thing for me back then.
Did it live up to expectations? When you're a kid, obviously everybody dreams of playing for England. You said, did it live up to the expectations running out at Twickenham?
Oh, definitely. I said it's obviously not the full thing. It's not a cap, and not sort of the games you've watched on TV growing up as a youngster. But it was massive. Big crowds, and it's a hard one to understand the importance of international rugby, I suppose, and to a lot of people, it's the biggest thing in rugby still, and long may that continue.
Is this number 3, I think?
Third one, I think so.
This is just a generic Saints picture, captain and running. Your time at Saints, you're into your third season now?
Season, yes.
How's it been for you?
It's been good. As I said, it was obviously it's a different stage in my career in the sense that I was very much academy at London Irish, and I played a lot of rugby there, but then moved to Leicester, and that was a chance to prove myself. I had a good 2 years there, and I suppose coming down here was slightly different. Rather than coming at sort of the bottom to prove myself, obviously you start to prove yourself, and especially the quality players we've got here. But it's been more leadership based, more especially the last 6 months or so, on taking more of the line out roles. And I've loved my rugby over the last couple of years, and it's Franklin's Gardens, when it's a full crowd and it's buzzing. Some of the games you play, it's one of the best stadiums played in the country, if not in the world, for club rugby. So there's a great group of boys here, and we're not necessarily had the results we wanted or we feel something we've deserved, but there's a feeling in the squad that if we get things right, then Slide's going to struggle to deal with us, and just looking forward to the future.
You talked a bit about personal development here. We'll share this video with the audience.
Press play.
Yeah, hit it. Bang. Obviously, you've talked about leadership there. You've always been a guy who gets through a mountain of work, whether that's carries, tackles, line-out takes at the breakdown. This season, there seems to be an extra edge. Is that something that you've consciously added, or?
It's a difficult one. I suppose I think that's always been a part of my game to an extent. And I said that's the underlying sort of nature of rugby, I suppose. But I think probably as I've got more experience, as I've got sort of more, not comfortable is the wrong word, but some more knowledge of the role I play and of my game, it's given me a chance to sort of go out and play the game that I want to play, and just said hits, tackles, carries are a big part of that, and defensively I've always prided myself on being in the right place and making my tackles and being very effective. But I suppose from a mental point of view, just to take that extra step forward, make that extra bit of difference, and it's always satisfying when you get it right. And now I've enjoyed it, and it's been a good start to the year.
I lied to you. There are questions about rugby. Richard McAdam, obviously, tough result last week. Richard said, "Hi Jamie, massive Saints fan, but understandably it's been tough to see the team not getting a good run of results. How do you turn it around?"
Well, rugby's a funny game. You know, momentum's a massive part of it, and the little things, the things that matter. You know, a couple of things went against us against Worcester, and we've come off that hurting. You know, there's a lot of disappointment, frustration in the squad, and we've got a tough match against Sale this weekend. But you know, we showed last year we went up there in pretty miserable conditions and put the game on our backs and show what we can do. So, you know, we've come to the squad. There's been a couple of slightly tasty sessions training-wise so far, but you know, the boys know that actually if we can get the little things right, then suddenly the momentum builds, and you're not far from a winning run either.
And you just feel like it's that one thing that just needs to click. Maybe just one moment in a game or one result.
It could be as simple as that. It could be anything. You know, defensively, I said attack-wise, we've been very, very strong this year. We've scored a lot of points, so we know that if we can just click defensively, and it could be as simple as say one big hit. It could be as simple as a scramble defence that turn the ball over and then turn it over and go length of the pitch to score a try, and suddenly, you know, you build the momentum, people pick up energy, and then you can build that from there, and everything works better and better week on week.
Cracking. Richard, thanks for your question. We're on to the final picture, which is, now this just looks like a professionally taken restaurant portfolio photo, but that's actually one of yours, isn't it, Jamie?
That is one of ours. No, so the other thing I've developed over the last couple of years while I've been up here is, you know, life outside of rugby has changed a lot. I've got two young boys under the age of 3, which is busy enough. But outside of that, I've been running a sort of food blog called Butterwood and Melt for the last year and a half, and then we've been setting up my wife's it's an luxury art baby company on the side. But no, it's good fun. Yeah, as a rugby player, you expect to eat a lot of food, and it's quite a nice excuse to be able to cook it yourself. And then the photography's been a big part of it, and you know, learning a lot. You get to go home at weekends and play, and you know, my wife's fantastic. She's, you know, a very good artist and very, very good photographer. So we try our best, but it's been enjoyable.
Life outside of rugby, you talk about the food cooking side of stuff. Is that something that you see leading somewhere, or is it just a hobby for now? Are you not thinking too far ahead?
Well, it's been a funny one. I suppose it started as a hobby. I love my cooking, and so Lizzie's a fantastic baker, so we do a lot together, and we do as much as we can together. But then obviously the response I've got on the back of it, you know, there's a lot of people turning around going, well, you're a rugby player, but your food looks quite good, so maybe I'll try it, and people will sit there and go, so rather than being a chef who cooks and things like that. So, you know, it's definitely something that I'd look to get more and more involved in. I absolutely love it, and see what happens.
Jamie, thank you for your time. Good luck at the weekend.
Thank you very much.